All right, Sagittarius. So I think that this has more to do with conditioning. If not by your childhood, then it's going to be because of your current circumstances. But there is something that you are wanting to change very specifically about yourself. So discipline, training, consistency, and practice, and then facade. Now, I don't think that you're being a fake person at all. That's not Sagittarius. Not any Sagittarius I've ever met. I think that there is a certain way of being that you are conditioned to, and I think that that's something that you are wanting to change because it isn't who you really are. I think that this is a change that has started before, but I think that it's something that may be difficult to stick to. But this is also about reclaiming your life. So the changes that you're making are in order to make yourself a better person, right? I mean, it can be something as simple as changing your outward appearance or changing the way that you handle certain situations with people. Like, for example, it's not your responsibility to make sure that everybody else is happy, especially when you're dealing with people who don't treat you with kindness. You know what I'm saying? So we don't just wake up one day and decide, I'm going to change, and boom, there it is. It's usually something that we have to continuously work on. All right, here we go, Sag. Here is your overall, the Four of Wands. So a lot of you are going to be focused on creating stability, right? Staying consistent when it comes to a program of change. But this could have to do with a relationship. Now, for some of you, it could just be in a place where you get to celebrate some accomplishments. That really is what the Four of Wands is about. But it can also show you establishing stability with a partnership. It's like building your life with someone, right? But it looks great. Look at it. In the past, the Six of Wands. And it's funny because I look at this one and I get the concept, but I don't think that marriage applies to everybody. But for some of you, it could be working on, like I said, your partnership or your marriage. You're building a better foundation, I think, with someone in particular, where there is a lot of love, right? But there's also this upliftment here when it comes to overcoming obstacles. But I like it because I feel like a lot of you are moving into a better place, right? Now, for some of you, it's just you've overcome a lot of obstacles in the past, and now we're getting to a place where things are finally stable. And it's worth celebrating, for sure. And whether you're male or female, I will always and forever look at the King of Wands as Sagittarius. Now let me explain why. And I've done this before. When you look at the fire signs, right, you have the fire starter with Aries. You have with Leo this want to maintain the flame. But Sagittarius very specifically sees the wisdom within the fire. You will always be the King of Wands to me. Now, this could be about a person, though, that you may be dealing with. Could be another fire sign, right? Male, female, you know how that goes. But this is really the man of passion and action, right? Not really known for committing, but, you know, that's only one of the aspects, I think, with the King of Wands. But for a lot of you, you are in your own power right now. You've gained a lot of wisdom through your experiences, and you're using that in terms of the decisions that you're making moving forward. I'm telling you, communication is not my strong suit right now. I don't know what the hell is going on. But we'll see. We'll see how this is connecting with your environment. But I feel good about the King of Wands here because this is really showing the want to take action towards something that is going to create stability. You know, and it could be that there is a new passion and drive for a partner, which is possible, especially if you feel like you've finally overcome the obstacles of the past. Oh boy, look at all this fire shit, man. The Seven of Wands being in future conditions. So there may be some opposition that you're going to have to deal with coming up. But the thing is when you're looking at the Seven of Wands, you always have the higher ground. So, you know, this isn't going to be anything that's going to knock you down or take away from the stability that you have gained. I think that you're going to be in a place where you may be a little bit more defensive. Like, there are certain things that you're not going to allow to come in to mess this up. That's what I feel like here. You know, but it makes me wonder here because it's directly tied to obstacles from the past. But I'm not seeing anything negative happening. It's just, it's more of a fierce stance against anything that would oppose this happiness. And you may literally have somebody who is standing with you, especially with the King of Wands being there in the present moment. It's almost like, you know, if you're dealing with another person, first of all, there is this wisdom and this want to act. But I feel like this person has a newfound passion for, you know, defending you and what is important. Like, you're not fighting alone is what I want to say. And that's going to be very specifically for those of you who are focused on your relationship with someone in particular. If this is a new relationship, you found somebody that is, you know, ride or die, basically here. For those of you who have been with this person for a while, they're not going to let you fall. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Your best path to follow, the Ten of Pentacles. This is about the legacy that you are leaving behind, right? You know, I don't usually look at this and think of inheritance. I think of, you know, this legacy of stability that is being started here with the Four of Wands, but this is like looking toward the future here. When you get to the completion point, you know, I think that your focus needs to be on all the things that you're leaving behind, right? If that makes sense. But we're looking at long term here with the Ten of Pentacles. A long, prosperous future. But the focus does need to be on, you know, making sure that things continue to stay stable. I'm telling you, I can't talk today. Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, look at it. The Two of Cups. I think it's perfect. You're definitely getting into this place where you and your partner have a very strong bond. Very strong. The obstacles of your past have made you better people. And I think that, you know, going back to your oracle cards, this is really, you know, and again, this gaining of wisdom, the way that you've handled situations in the past, I think that you realize that's not who I am. And it's certainly not who you want to be moving forward. And that's kind of where the changes are coming through. But look at this relationship. Who wouldn't love to have this? With the Four of Wands is the overall. It's beautiful, Sag. Really it is. Why does it gotta be so big? Really? Your hopes and fears is the Moon. So there may have been like a lot of confusion in terms of this relationship before. And I think the fear is that there are still some things that are hidden in the dark. But this could also be about you needing to face, you know, your own unrealistic fears and anxieties about, you know, how good things are going, right? Now, this could be, though, something that was hidden that may be kind of coming up, though, because I look at the Seven of Wands and think there is something that, you know, we're keeping out. But, you know, with the Moon projecting unrealistic fears onto situations, right? Fears and expectations. The thing is it's not real. It's not real. Don't go into places where you start fearing things that aren't actually happening. You understand what I'm saying? Because I do think that, you know, with this understanding that is happening within a relationship, it's going to be opposed, if not by you, by the other person. You know, but like I said, I think that this has to do very specifically with, you know, the things that you've had to overcome before. But it's big, and I don't understand why. And then coming out the Hangman. Okay, so and this is kind of what I'm talking about and kind of feeling with this situation. So it's nothing horrible, okay? but there may have been like some things that, you know, weren't made clear. Some of that may be coming out in future conditions, but it's something that I think you're looking at differently and changing the way that you kind of handle it. So you're immediately going to go into this place of, okay, I need to think about my actions here with the Hangman. And I don't remember who else had this, but it's the same kind of concept. It feels like this is the right thing to do. There is a different perspective that needs to be seen on this, especially with the fucking moon there, because it's not real. It's not real. And it's going to be opposed, right? Now, if this is the action that you're taking, you're not going to allow a situation to walk all over the stability that you're creating for the rest of your life. And not just for you, but your family, your children, what you're leaving behind. But I think that this is going to require you to see things from a perspective that is not tainted by your own fears. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to give yourself a minute to kind of see the perspective a little bit differently. But this, though, could also be showing that, you know, things are kind of like being put on hold. Like maybe you need a minute to, you know, get some clarity and some enlightenment here before you continue to act, because this may be something, you know, that unfortunately may be coming through that's like a hell no. You know, I don't want to fight this again. This shouldn't be coming through because we've already been through this. You know what I mean? And then the Ace of Wands, you're fine. You're fine. You're looking at a new beginning, especially with relationships here. I do think that for a lot of you, this is, you know, not just a romantic relationship, but somebody that you have a very strong connection to. There is a firm foundation between the two of you, big time here. Now, on the other hand, of course, that's not going to be for everybody here. So this could be like any partnership you're dealing with. But I feel very strongly that this is going to have to do with those of you who are married or at least very committed to someone. So looking at the King of Pentacles, the very first thing that I got from this was that this is either you or the other person that you're dealing with. But what's interesting to me is that the King's showing up. There is a lot of wisdom that has been gained, but this is more so the provider. So what I feel like is happening here is that somebody may have stepped up to the plate and stopped being, you know, so selfish or thinking of themselves. They may have been trying to do what's necessary to make things more stable and secure, because the King of Pentacles has the means to. But I feel secure with this person. I don't feel selfish intent. But there are definitely some things that, you know, we've had to move on from here with the Six of Swords. There have been difficult things that you have overcome in the past. They may have been repeat patterns, and it may have been a struggle getting to this point, but you're moving into a calmer situation here with this partnership, and you guys look great. And then you have the Ace of Wands, and it's a brand new beginning. It's like everything is brand new. And what is being established here is going to, like, continue down the line. Like, your kids and your kids' kids and their kids and so on and so forth will always be talking about this relationship that you have right now. Wow, it's interesting. But a new perspective is going to be required in order to get to the new passionate beginning, right? The both of you are going to have to be willing to move on from whatever difficulties there were, because you have overcome them. And reconnect with spirit, always good advice. So needing to have patience with the situation, especially if there's a little bit of a setback. And I don't think it's anything huge or bad, but you know, it's something that you're going to be standing up for. But then again, like I said, I don't think that you're alone. It's like the both of you are working together to keep certain things out of this relationship, right? But you need to honor yourself and honor what is important to you, especially when it comes to your family, your love, right? Your relationship. But be patient, honor yourself here, and reconnect with spirit, especially when there is a new perspective that is going to be required of you in the future. But beautiful. That's beautiful. And then impasse, reflect, and redirect your energy. Okay, so clearly you're protected. But with impasse here, I think that because I'm kind of looking at honor yourself and looking at the Seven of Wands, I think that if something does show up that is opposing this happiness here, I think that there needs to be this, redirection of energy instead of constantly butting your head up against this wall going, why can't I break through? Why can't I break through? Maybe it's going to require a change on your part before you can see the way around this. But, when I look at protected by angels, I think that for a lot of you, this is one of the rare times where I get to see relationships that are so important that it is being protected by your angels, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, right? But clearly you are protected. You may hit a temporary block, but it's not a no. Impasse is never a no. It's just saying that your energy is being directed in a way where it is blocking you for a reason. You need to find another way around. But you're going straight toward that Ace of Wands, and what you need to do more so than anything is change your perspective.